From Mira Mesa Lanes in San Diego, we're here for the title matches of today's JBT event. Emily Cheeseman and Haley Shepard going at it for the handicap title. Two good friends who have done an awful lot of spectacular bowling. Check this out. Between the two of them for 8 games today, they are exactly plus 896. For those 8 games when you add it up. Haley the top seed at plus 471. Emily second I said, at 425. The cut wasn't an all-time high cut, but I don't remember the last time someone was plus 425 and qualified second. That was partially because Haley came up with a perfect 300 game in the final game of round 2 to leap into that lead at 471. And while she was busy shooting 300, that guy was busy shooting 300. They shot it at virtually identical times, and it leapt both of them into first place, and now they're here, of course, both bowling for the title. Haley's got to win this match by 3 pins to win. They both went spare strike. And a pretty double there. Showing no fear in her first career title match, while all these other guys are veterans. Kyle Perry has been Harley Swiggert's kryptonite in what has been a virtually unblemished year for Harley. Ryan has been one of the few people to stop him throughout the season, as Ryan has won his only 2 career singles scratch titles against Harley, and then teamed up with his partner in Mix It Up to beat Harley. So Swigert got a little bit of revenge with the semifinal win today, but semifinal schmemi-final, he wants to win the title match. Oh, and what a ridiculous break there in the 5th as the 6-10 turns into a strike out of nowhere. That'll get Smiling Harley a little bit more. Not Smiling Harley. He's got to focus and do him and not worry about what his opponent does. He whiffed a 7 in the 2nd, and he's behind as a result of that by 14, which he can carve down to 4 if he can double up in the 5th. Nice spare from Cheeseman. Emily got off the schneid with her first career title earlier this season up in Victorville, rapidly improving, and she almost had the 3rd 300 and would have been the earliest of the day as she missed on her last ball for a 298 scratch game. And Harley does carve it to 4. A couple cracks at our all-time highest game today. The highest game in JBT history is a 344, recorded by anybody who's got the all-time high handicap game. Come on. No, you're not gonna. You're all too young. You're all spring chickens. Not me. No, the answer's not me. Tiffany Chi did it at Plaza at Antelope Lanes, back when Antelope Lanes was only a 16-lane bowling alley. She shot 344 with her 300 game. Haley and Emily with handicap both came out to 340. Haley's got a 10-pin to shoot at. This is Harley for the lead, and he's got it. So Emily and Haley exactly the same on the scoreboard through 4, which gives Emily a 2-pin deficit. Harley retakes the lead with that 3 in a row there and frames 4, 5, and 6. As this could go back and forth for a while, as Perry can retake the lead if he can strike in his 6th. No problem. Well, that 2-handed power and that light hit. High street today equals high scores. Anytime you see street at the back end of the pattern, that means it's a pretty high ratio pattern. Sometimes we talk about quote-unquote house shots getting cliffed or over-undered. That didn't appear to happen today. It just stayed nice and blended in the middle and a lot of friction to the outside. These guys are so good, they just destroy patterns like that, which led to the cuts and the scores that you see all day. Perry grabbing a piece deep inside there. Doesn't get the 7 to trip out that time. They'll maintain a 3-pin lead if he can spare that up. No matter what happens, Emily's still got one more game of bowling to do. She'll play Megan Carpenter for the girls' scratch title match. And we had the rare default in U17. As, Jordan Bronson had to work and Zach Grime lost his head. And they both weren't here, so that's the end of that for U17. And that could be the end of that for Ryan as he makes a critical mistake there. Not even close on that 7-pin. 9 out is deadly in the scratch division. I expect Harley to jump all over that. Cheeseman grabs a 1-pin lead with that strike in the 5th. You can tell they're good buddies going at it there. They can't believe they've ended up playing each other for a handicap title over there. Nothing but good news. It's amazing how much these bowlers want hard shots, but when you wall them up and they go plus 900, everybody's smiling. I don't know. It's an interesting dichotomy there. Oh, and Harley not able to answer. Surprised there by that. I think Harley's surprised too. I know Emily's surprised. That was an ugly 20 seconds of bowling right there. Is what that was. Right? My goodness.
I don't think Emily was surprised.
No, I don't think she liked that at all.
No, I know she didn't like it, but she didn't seem surprised.
Spare for Swigert, and he'll lead by 8. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he gets it. This is going to miss to the left, and she gets 3 the wrong way, and hands the lead over to Shepard. Harley now 1 ahead of BJ Baker as our all-time winningest lefty. I'm sure Jacob Buttriff would want me to point out he caught up 1 on him last week, except Harley's got about 100 chances a year, and Jacob's got 1. I like Harley's odds to stay ahead. Both ladies with really nice form going right up the track, second arrow basically, and miss room to either side of that, but that was a tug the whole way. Nonetheless, she'll maintain the lead if she spares that up. Harley doing that little pre-shot swing. He and Coach Mark Baker have trained him to do. Just get that arm swing so it's something you don't have to think about and it's just routine, shot after shot. Falls off again, but gets that 7-pin out, no trouble. No trouble either for Shepard at her spare. Perry qualified 3rd today at plus 236, beat Kyle Gilbert in round 1 and beat fellow Ryan Lee in round 2 to get to the title match. Gilbert beat Megan Carpenter, a girl in the top 5 today, always nice to see. Perry has to find a way to outstrike that open. Wow. Body language tells the story there. It's weird to say that a 2-hander doesn't catch all of it, but that's kind of what happened in that case. Shepard way outside on that one. You can wall him up all you want. That ball's not going to hit the head pin. Lucky to leave only the 1-2 right there. Good turnout, as is usually the case, the last regular season before the invite. The last regular season event anywhere. Tough 4-8 here, by the way, to shoot at. Oh, see how much oil is in the middle there, as that had no chance of responding, and a catastrophic back-to-back open. Now he's got a punch for 208, which would still be interesting because Harley's going at a 207 pace. But first step to punching is not opening. This is not the Ryan Perry we usually see against Harley. Now he's up quickly here when he's still got a chance. Oh, what a messenger. My goodness. That was a little powerful. Still alive, but barely. So now Emily and Haley both have to recognize that these lanes are drying out, and you can't just wildly pitch it to the dry. The move when they're walled up is to move more into the oil and get that ball to still project through the heads and the middles like it's been doing so well for both of them all day long. These are left moves today. Look out. Makes it the hard way. Harley's got a little less traffic on his side, so he hasn't had to move as much now. It's more really a matter of execution for him. And he executes flawlessly there in the 9th frame. Can't do much better than that. A mark will seal it. Anything less than a mark, and Perry can steal it. High again for Emily. She's got to recognize what's going on here. Next up on the hit parade for Harley is Cameron Smith, I think at 38. I'm getting a nod from the stat department to my left here. This to get one closer. You better believe it. Fair from Cheeseman. Well, if Ryan is Harley's kryptonite, Harley just threw at him that ridiculous piece of cellophane that they did in Superman 2 that somehow locked up every criminal in the earth. That was lo-fi even for 1983. That was ridiculous. He threw a piece of saran wrap at him, and all of a sudden all the criminals go, "Ah!" and fly off into space. It's just utterly ridiculous. Does not matter one bit. He'll be in the 220s, and I wouldn't have I would have been questionable whether 220 was enough, but Ryan, just some uncharacteristic mistakes there and just hands Harley that title. That was your stat department, by the way. There you go. Perry just got a bit fast, both mentally and with the actual physical ball rolling down the lane. There's so much oil in the middle that it just lost the break point. Real nice ball from Shepard. That's a double in the 8th and the 9th as she takes control of the match with that double. She leads by 19. She's got to win by 2. And she's clean so far. That's been the difference. Emily's washout in the 6th, really hurting her right now. Oh, get over 7 pin. Nice sportsman shake from both of them over there. Perry is still the highest finishing Ryan today, and that took a lot because we had Ryan Lee, we had Dante Ryan, there he is, launching down, and assorted others. Daniel Hong's going to bowl the Invitational tomorrow on his 9th place finish. I finally get him on camera and he walks away. He's been standing next to me for 30 minutes waiting to be on camera. And then you walk away. Unbelievable. Big shot for Emily to stay alive. Oh, look out, boy. Just a little bit of a chicken wing there. And ouch, she drops, counts. Doesn't pick up. I think that's about going to do it for Shepard. Well, the 2 300 game bowlers look like they, oh dear, whoa, look at that. I'm not sure she exactly meant to swing that to the 0 board, but it worked. She got the spare, and let's just do some math here. Emily's getting 2, so 191 with the fill. Haley with 7 out for 172. No, I can't make it work. Haley's gonna win. Nonetheless, nothing to be sad about there by any means. Haley needs to stand behind the foul line and not cuss me out, not kick a machine. Any of those things would be bad. Anything but that, she's going to join the JBT Winners Circle. She needed the top 10 just to make the Invitational. How about top 1 right there? Game, set, and match for Shepard. Cheeseman will regroup and play Carpenter for the girls' title. And we'll regroup and do a bunch of stats all night long and give out about $5,000 tomorrow. How's that sound, everybody? Good, good. You all good with that? All right, me too. Good. 300 and a title. How about that?